Hey my friends, it's Anna here, and today I am coming at you with a little bit of a personal share. I know that I don't talk about my past that much, and I don't share a lot of personal stories of my life, but I feel like this one is really relevant as I'm getting ready to kick off my next personal mentorship group, the Sexy Confident Woman Formula. Now, for most of you that don't know me personally, you might not know that I grew up as one of 6 kids. We had a very cool upbringing, actually. My parents were from opposite sides of the coast. My mom was from Massachusetts and my dad was from Washington State. And they met on a bus and they were churchgoers. They were really into the church, and they landed themselves in California together and started making babies, pretty much. So our life was pretty crazy, chaotic growing up. We were all about 2 years apart, the 6 of us, and I think we traveled across country with our whole house and our whole family at least 3 times when we were kids. I can remember traveling with my mom, and I was actually in my dad's car, and I was laying flat on top of a lot of clothes and things that we had packed in the Volkswagen. I'm like, this is not legal today. But we had a lot of great adventures. We did a lot of camping, obviously, because that's the cheapest way to travel. And it was really cool. But we ended up in Massachusetts because that's where my mom was from and that's where her family was. My dad really liked Massachusetts as well. He was an artist, loved the mountains. And they ended up getting divorced when I was about 10 years old. So life changed dramatically. And if you've ever had parents that have gotten separated, depending on what age, you know how crazy that can feel for a kid. And I remember being 10 and just, almost being happy they were getting divorced because there was so much negativity in the air and it was so toxic at the point when my dad left that it was kind of a relief. But at the same time, things got harder, especially for my mom, raising now 6 kids. She applied for welfare and she decided to go to school to become a nurse, a licensed practitioner nurse. And so during that time, I remember being a young girl just watching my mom go through that struggle, go through trying to take care of all of us and go to school part-time, and she was working part-time as a nursing assistant as well. And I'll never forget the time when my mom was in tears. She was at the kitchen table and she was going through her studies and she just broke down in front of me. And I remember how sad and overwhelmed and tired and frustrated she was. But in my mind, I knew she couldn't quit. And she said, "Anna, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore." And I remember saying to my mom that day, "Mom, you can't quit. If you give up, we're gonna be poor like this forever." And I remember just thinking, she can't give up. We're all depending on her. And I felt so helpless, like there was nothing I could really do but to support my mom and to tell her she could do it and to have the belief in her that she had the ability to make it. Because there was no alternative. There was no better way for our future. And at that point, when I was that young girl, I remember I never wanted to feel that out of control. I never wanted that helpless feeling in my life. And I think it was from that moment on, I think I was about 11 or 12 by that point, that I was really passionate about making choices and decisions in my life that would earn me control over my future. And watching my mom go through the ups and the downs and the struggles and the victories and the progress, and to watch her strength, and to be her cheerleader, but to also be my own cheerleader and to feed off of her strength, knowing that if she can do that, I can do anything. I'm in a way better position to do what I need to do to have control over my life because I am just getting started. And it's a lot for a 13-year-old girl to really feel, but I got my first job at 13. I needed to make my own money. I needed to have control over being able to hang out with friends and go do things. When my brothers, they were like, I'd rather steal. I'd rather find a way around the system. But that was their way. I wanted control over my life, and I knew that I could do it. And I think that my entire life, all the decisions I've made, like pretty much everything I've done, has been so that I can have the control over my future, over how I feel, over how I live. And I don't think it was until I became a young professional woman and actually grew into my maturity that it became more than just me, about me having control, about me making the right decisions, about me having a brighter future. It became about how I could help others do that. How could I help other women take back their control in their life, to feel as though they're in the driver's seat, to make the decisions that make them feel fulfilled and in control and able to achieve what they want? I know that transformation for me, it happened at a young age. Not everybody goes through stuff like that at a young age, but I know there are probably many. But at some point, you've got to see where you've had that point of realization in your life where you don't want to be in a certain reality anymore. You don't want other things to be in control of how you feel and what you do and what you're capable of. And it's been my passion now for years, since I was 25 years old and I got into the health and fitness industry, that I've wanted to help women take control of their lives again. It started with just health and fitness and feeling better about our bodies and about ourselves and getting better energy and having more confidence. But it also evolved into more of a personal development coaching style as well. Because I realized it's not just about moving our body and being healthy, it's about our mindset. It's about what needs to switch to get over the self-doubt, the limiting beliefs, the lack of confidence, the overwhelm, the stress, the worry, the anxiety, the things that make us feel stuck where we are. It's time to break free from that. I knew I never wanted to feel helpless and overwhelmed and stuck in a reality that I didn't create myself. But maybe you got to a reality that you don't love and you're ready to move out of it and create a new way. That's what I hope you guys are in for, because if you're in my community, it's more than just fitness. It's about becoming a better version of yourself. It's about developing self-mastery so that you are in control of your life. You don't feel the overwhelm. You feel organized, productive, and able to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself because you know what you want and you know how to go and get it. That is my dream. That is my passion in the Sexy Confident Life. And in the Sexy Confident Woman formula, that is what we learn. Together, I know you're going to have a transformation beyond anything you've had before in other fitness programs. It's not a nutrition program, but it does infuse you with the tools and the skills to take care of yourself. Not just for a month, but for a lifetime. And to love yourself, accept yourself, and to be willing to put yourself first for once. I hope you guys are gonna stick around for this next couple videos that I'm gonna be sharing about the Sexy Confident Woman.